I got it. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight again. Thanks for coming. Thanks for the invitation, for the kind words. And wow, tonight's presentation, really love it. So let's start. It's called Interdimensional Aliens, the final battle. The good ones against versus the bad ones, right? Good against evils.
You can. I can get the screen in you because can you move it closer?
No problem.
Otherwise I can see. Oh, and microphone, please. Thank you.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Let's do it. Thanks to the Center for Inner Wisdom. Thanks to my partner and friend Rodrigo Gallardo. And thanks to my guardian angels. Well, I already told my experience with Irene. It was in June 1982 in full details. If somebody wants to know a little bit more after we finished, I can explain it again, all right? It was an encounter that changed my life. And I would like to thank to them for showing on June 24, 2013 at 8:45 p.m. Nothing in this world works the way you think it does. Jordan Maxwell. Nothing in this world works the way you think it does. Well, let's start talking a little bit about these aliens that we don't see with naked eye because they are in between, invisible to the naked eye. But first, let's talk a little bit about the Nikolai Kardashev and the scale that was brought to us in 1964 by this Russian astrophysicist. He made a medal for measuring the technological evolution of a civilization. Let's see. It's called the Kardashev scale, and there's type 1, also called planetary civilization. We are here. Can use and store energy which reaches its planet from the neighboring star. In order to be a type 1, you have to take care of your planet. Bear with me, okay? We'll be there. Type 2 can harness the energy of the entire star, the most popular hypothetical concept being the Dyson sphere, a device which will encompass the entire star and transfer its energy to the planet. Type 3 can control energy on the scale of its entire host galaxy. Widmakers. What is a Dyson sphere? In 1960, Freeman John Dyson, he was born December 15, 1923, an English-born and an American theoretical physicist and mathematician. He says it's a megastructure that completely encompasses a star and captured most or all of its power output. Nibiru, right? Okay. Can we see the video?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see this video. We have subtitles in English, so let's take a look.
Also known as Planet X for those of you, right? Planet X is the same thing.
Spanish and with English subtitles.
El 11 de marzo, el telescopio Solar Dynamics Observatory pudo captar la imagen de lo que parece ser un objeto realmente enorme, gigantesco, cerca del Sol. Y no solamente eso, parece estar tomando energía del Sol. En primera instancia vamos a mostrarle aquí las imágenes, porque este es uno de los casos más importantes. Ha tomado una relevancia en Internet fenomenal. Se está discutiendo en todo el mundo de qué se trata esto ¿Imagina usted un ovni del tamaño del planeta Tierra? ¿No lo cree? Vamos a ver esta información y desde luego las imágenes con Fernando Correa.
El telescopio solar dinámico de la NASA captó la presencia de un objeto esférico oscuro muy cerca del Sol, que pareciera estar absorbiendo la energía de nuestra estrella, algo que nunca antes se había observado así. Por la distancia a la que se encuentra de la superficie solar, debe ser enorme, posiblemente mayor que nuestro planeta. Observe con toda atención. La esfera oscura permaneció cerca del Sol durante más de 80 horas. Cuando se alejó, generó tremenda turbulencia en la atmósfera solar, que se agitó durante más de 5 horas, lo que demostraría que efectivamente el objeto desconocido está ahí. Este objeto se encuentra en los archivos originales del sistema de imágenes de la NASA, HelioViewer. Logramos confirmar que efectivamente esta esfera negra aparece en las tomas desde el 8 de marzo del 2012 a las 14 horas del tiempo universal, cuando comienza a ser visible. Se va aproximando y claramente se observa que proviene de una zona fuera del Sol. Al acercarse, va atrayendo filamentos de energía de la superficie solar. Permaneció así hasta el 12 de marzo, fecha en la que fue desapareciendo aproximadamente desde las 0 horas con 15 minutos, cuando comenzó a retirarse. Observe nuevamente cómo genera turbulencia en la atmósfera solar. Las llamaradas de fuego por la presencia del objeto se agitaron durante casi 6 horas. Los controladores del telescopio espacial quedaron desconcertados, intentando explicar este acontecimiento nunca antes registrado. No existen antecedentes de algo igual. No hay registros de algún objeto extraño que pareciera estar absorbiendo la energía del Sol. El telescopio solar dinámico con el que fue captado este video es el último telescopio espacial solar que lanzó la NASA el 11 de febrero del 2010. La primera imagen que captó del Sol se obtuvo en abril de 2010 y desde entonces el SDO, en órbita alrededor del Sol, observa permanentemente a nuestra estrella. Durante casi 2 años de observaciones ininterrumpidas, nunca antes el telescopio solar dinámico había registrado algo como esto. Los científicos solares de la NASA han intentado explicar este acontecimiento como un fenómeno natural, como un hueco en la corona solar, una posibilidad que debe ser investigada profundamente, por lo que esta investigación continuará.
El 11 de marzo, el telescopio...
Like it?
Yeah, that's
Put it
amazing.
off. Thank you.
No, si no, ¿cómo grabar?
Judy says on, please.
No, because if not, like, we can't see you.
That's perfect.
On the video, sorry.
No problem. Put the lights on, please. The lights on for. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is the first time a Dyson sphere is recorded. Before that, when I talk about Dyson sphere, everybody says to me, no, that's not possible, Luis. That's impossible. So that day changed our life forever, because now we have the evidence. NASA explanations has been, as usual, never a straight answer, you know that. Okay, next one. All right, so this is an extract from Emerald Tablets of Thoth. Some people say it was written 35,000 years ago, before Christ, or even more. And those tablets that I find very, very interesting says, live they in Atlantis. For me, Atlantis is not here in the Atlantis Ocean. It's way over there, Middle East, Greece, Mediterranean. So they live in Atlantis as shadows, invisibles, interdimensional, right? But at times they appear among men. When the blood was offered. Right? That's key word. When the blood was offered, it means that extraterrestrial is not from the light. Okay? You don't need to sacrifice something, an animal or being, in order to make them appear. But they appear when the blood is offered. For they came, they to dwell among men, in the form of man, they among us. Shape-shifting, right? Reptilian shape-shifting. But only to sight where they are men. Serpent-headed, keyword, right? In my first presentation, we talked about that tablets. I know you remember that. So here's the evidence. Serpent-headed. So they have been here for a long, long time, right? Serpent-headed when the glamour was lifted. Interesting. What is the glamour? It's a veil, right? It's a veil. When you have the knowledge and you find the truth, you will see what I call the real reality. Of course, right? But appearing to man as man among men, shape-shifting, crept they into the councils. That's very important. So this is the third key word. They have found a way to make arrangement with the governments since long, long time ago, right? They are the shadow government. Okay, taking force that were light unto man. Very interesting evidence, the first evidence that I found about this guy, invisible to the naked eye, interdimensional guy, the bad guys. Of course, man is like a parachute. That's Einstein. It works best when it's open, right? You need to have an open mind in order to receive the information. Well, yes, there may be aliens in our Milky Way galaxy. Yeah, there may be. I'm sure Buzz Aldrin knows something else. And there are billions of other galaxies. Still today, there's people that say to me, no, we are the center of the universe. We are alone. This is the only planet. That's not, can be true, right? We have to open the mind. The probability is almost certain that there is life somewhere in space. Aldrin says that all the missions were followed by a UFO. And it was not only Aldrin who said that, right? Okay, races. Classic question, and you're gonna hear this again. We have a wonderful presentation about the races, maybe in the future. But two groups, okay? Progressive, service to others, STO. Regressive, STO, STS, service to self, okay? Progressive has been with us since the beginning. Let's think about waymakers. They are more than the regressive. Don't worry. We are protected, and we're going to be protected. So don't worry. They are more powerful. Regressive has been there for a while. They try hard. Very smart people. But they don't have a soul, so they're not powerful. Knowledge protects you. Ignorance puts you at risk. Cassiopean. Have you heard about the Cassiopean? We'll make a presentation. Very interesting race. That's the message to us from that people. That's a very important thing, very powerful. Knowledge protects you. Ignorance puts you at risk. For example, Halloween is next week, I think. So if you disguise yourself in a monster with blood and everything, that's ignorance. Okay, you will feed somebody. You will feed somebody that you don't see, but it's here. It's around us. That's how they get fed. That's their food. It's called ethereal food. So, knowledge to protect you, okay? I have a 6-year-old son. For Halloween, he won't get disguised like, every time I see those little children, dressed as Draculas and what they are thinking. They don't know. That's ignorance. That puts you at risk. This little guy, this little kid, your son, your daughter, your whatever, is feeding somebody that moment. I mean, you are delivering yourself like that. Knowledge protects you, ignorance puts you at risk. Sure, we do. Sorry, what did I do, Rodrigo? Always happens, always happens. This thing in my hand, the laser.
You got it,
No.
you got it, you got it.
I got it? Okay, so let me do it again. I got the laser. The first one, the Federal Reserve. Okay? It's a private bank, you know that, right? It's not here to help us. It's here to control us. Follow the money and you will find the answer. We don't want to be like this, like a sheep watching CNN, the presidential debate, right? The game. No, we don't want to, right?
I forgot.
Sorry?
I forgot.
But you have to be aware. I mean, you have to have the knowledge to find the keywords, the key factors. Those guys, they're not marching because of the chemtrail. They're doing something else. I would love to see that march, right? And the enemy is right there. War is the enemy. And the other enemy, and I have a very nice presentation, is right there, right? While there are children dying because they haven't eaten something in weeks, this guy sits in a golden throne. And we have to change that. We have to start now. We have to start yesterday. But we have to do it. We have to have the knowledge. But at the end, we're a cosmic race 0.7 type. We're not even here. We're there. Not here, of course, and not there. But we have to work hard to become a type 1 to protect our Gaia. That's the difference. We use the resources without protecting our spaceship, the living being that is Gaia. That's why we are 0.7, meaning we are a mess, right? We have to work. I think Lucas knows something about everything, right? Why will an advanced civilization need a Dyson sphere? Because they have a high energy consumption by high requirement. They need minerals. The most wanted is gold. Okay? Remember Nibiru. Gold was used to protect the atmosphere of Nibiru because gold can reflect radiation. That's the explanation. Okay? But why gold? Since ancient times we have been told that it's the most valuable element. It is a powerful driver, it's not altered with air, it doesn't get outside. It's high resistant, it's a wonderful conductor, and it's a wonderful medicine. We can talk about that later. Today, most governments require the full return of their gold reserve. Germany did it, Indonesia did it, China did it. The answer from USA was, forget about it. That's very dangerous, okay? And that is happening right there, not here. It's right there. I met a guy, very important guy, the day after he left to meet the king of Indonesia because of this problem. Can you believe it? Okay, how does the cosmic food chain work? What is it? Type 3 uses to below, 2 and 1 to feed. Type 2 uses the type 1. How? Hybrid, they collect genetic material. There is what I call the ethereal food. That's what I'm talking about, all right? When you go and see a horror movie and you feel scared, it's not a good thing to do. Because without knowing, without the knowledge, you are feeding somebody else that you don't see. Okay? When you meditate, when you talk to your angel, you feed the good ones. So it's a matter of choice. Now we have the knowledge. Okay? What we do from today to the rest of our life is our free will, is our choice, but you know what to do. Those guys, the interdimensional, they're always here. So you have to choose. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect your family. Okay? Because this happens. Okay, there's ethereal food and there's physical food. You know, those children that are missed is a very American thing here. The missing children. They go to to feed somebody. I know it's not the serial killer. It's not the. No, I'm not talking about that. Okay, I'm talking about something else. So we have to be awake and alert in order to understand what is happening. Those negative aliens, they see humanity as a natural resource to be exploited, as a genetic material. They eat our strongest emotions, especially anger and fear. What they have told me is that all those sacrifice, human sacrifice, rituals, satanic things, they love that thing because, you know, when you're dying, you release a lot of epinephrine, adrenaline. And for them, for the reptilian, it's like cocaine. It's a very powerful drug. Okay, so be careful there. The Hulk. All right. They are presented to receive them as advanced guides and saviors of mankind. Commander Ashtara Sharan, a lot of respect for those guys that believe in this commander. A long time ago, like 3 years ago, I sent a challenge to the commander Ashtara Sharan, and I gave him 30 days. And I said to him in a meditation course, present yourself, so I will believe you are real. Day 1 nothing, day 2 nothing, day 21 nothing, day 30 nothing. So that was the answer, is this information. Okay? Be careful. So these reptiles that live between 4th and 5th dimension, they feed on the energy generated by human beings that will live in the 3rd dimension. As simple as that. Be careful with the energy you are generating, right? From now on. And I got a friend that said, but Luis, you want to live in Walt Disney World? I said, no, but I got to try to live in my most positive way, taking care of what I see, what I read, what I hear. Is it difficult? It is, but you have to do it, right? Because if you don't do it, you are feeding somebody else that you don't see. So the reptiles in 4th dimension, they feed on the energy generated by human beings, and we are in 3rd dimension. And you know, guys, I believe in protection. I do. This tetragrammaton is in every corner on purpose. Okay? So now the image that has power is completely zero. It doesn't have any power. So believe in that. It's not science fiction. But you are a doctor. What are you talking about? Well, talking about the other reality. Protect yourself. They use implants in humans. They abduct. They do ritual. They love the ritual and the human sacrifice, and they do alliance with government. Are they gonna win? No way. It can't be. It's not possible. At the end, good always prevails. And I gotta teach you how. We can do it. We can help. So don't be afraid. This is a very interesting thing. This is the Illuminati, the game of conspiracy. Have you heard about this thing? The game card? You know it? It's
amazing.
That's amazing. It has been here for I don't know how many years. 1982, 1983. It was developed by that guy, Steve Jackson Games. He was based on a trilogy of books called Illuminatus, and it's around us. It's everywhere. It's a cold game. It has cards. Let's see some of the cards, right? And stay dead. The guy looks like Julian Assange, right? Let's see more. The Deprogrammers is the name of this card. Two guys dressed in black with a blonde. Lady Gaga. It was in 1982, 1988. This guy had some information. When the game was out in the market, you can buy it, the FBI came to his office and they took everything. The computer, all the material. Meaning, he was right. Right? Let's see. Let's see other cards. It's amazing. Well, the meteor strike, we know, Russia, but it happened, so it's okay. Meteor strike, all right. What about the joggers? She's a jogger dressed with the color of the Boston Celtics, right? After what happened in 2013, no one suspects a harmless jogger. Can you believe it? It was in 1988. Isn't that amazing? But it gets worse. A Messiah, awake and alert for the second coming, okay? Awake and alert. I lie. Is it Snowden? I don't think so. I want to believe the guy. But there's a warning. What about the card of the NSA recording the conversation? We're talking about 1988, 1990. This guy has very good information. This car is called the Clipper ship, right? There is a real microchip inserted in the left hand of a patient. It was removed. We already have experience in 1940s with the Jewish people. Are they going to put an implant on us? No, no. If we feel fear, they will. There's in our minds, in our soul, no doubts, okay? You say, no, no, it won't happen. Is there any risk? Of course. They want to do it? Of course they want. Let's see the other one. Okay, 9/11. The car called terrorist nuke, it was in 1995. Look at Twin Towers,
Oh my God.
almost the same place, right? Is it shocking? I think it's shocking. Look at the one in the Pentagon, the same day. Is he trying to tell us something? Of course, but we need to have the knowledge in order to understand the message, right? Well, okay. Bill Clinton was president from 1993 to 2001, right? So these cars came before that. But I love the cars together. Okay, if you see the car like this without Mrs. Clinton, there's a problem here, right? But when you put those cars together, the solution is there. Is Mrs. Clinton going to be the next president? I don't know. The information is there. Of course, there's a car called the Vatican City. And the Pope, the most important figure in the religion of the Catholic people, billions of people, has a symbol, an Illuminati symbol here, the Mitra. This is the Mitra they had. You see it? The pyramid with the sun. The information is there, guys. We have to open our eyes and we have to study. And this is a wonderful book, Chris Boonman, Exo Vaticana. We recommend it to you. They know everything. And it explains how the Vatican watch the sun, why. And there's a project, what a name for a project, coming from the Vatican. It's called Lucifer Project. Okay, this is a wonderful book, Exo Vaticana. If you want, you can take pictures, you can write. My email address is over there if you have questions after. It's my personal. They know everything. So the positives, they want our evolution, simple as that. So they are STO, service to others, STO. The negative, they want our slavery. They're called ES, ego service, or STS, service to self. That's the difference. If there's a race that come to you and say, I need you to sacrifice your son to prove that you believe in me, that's not a positive one, right? That's negative. In the Bible, there are examples of that. Okay, they appear long time ago, and we gotta see why. And this is Luis Ayala. We, through knowledge, must, there's no choice, must discover that we are light and gods to transcend. You can take picture of that slide if you want, because it's an important one. We, through knowledge, must discover that we are light. Capital letters in our presentation have an importance, okay? And God to transcend. We have to do it. We must do it, right? There's no choice. In order to transcend, in order to go back to our home, we have to work, and we have to discover that we are light and God's to transcend. Well, one of my favorite writers, Arthur C. Clarke, he was born in 1917, and he died in 2008. The writer of 2001, Space Oddity, and those wonderful books. He shared with us 3 laws. The first one: when a distinguished but elderly scientist states that something is possible, he is almost certainly right. When he states that something is impossible, he is very probably wrong. Okay, we have seen that. 2, the only way of discovering the limits of the possible is to venture a little way past them into the impossible. What I told you last time, let's get out of our comfort zone. Okay, let's turn off the TV and let's move forward. Let's take risk. If we are protected, it will be fine. And the third one, I love. There is no way to know if an advanced technology is that or magic. That happened before. I mean, when those guys arrived long time ago with that technology, they worshipped them as gods. Big mistake. Big mistake, because they took advantage. If I take this telephone and I go to France in the 16th century, I will become immediately, oh my God, the God, right? Imagine I play music, right? If a very advanced civilization comes today, it will be different. But if it comes with a very advanced technology, we'll call them magicians. So we have to be aware about that. Okay, the T's. I call it the T's because that word comes directly from Spanish, transcendental, trascendentales. Okay? Dr. Michael Sala called it celestials. So this is how it goes. God, the divine entity, the architect, and after that, there's the T's. Then the angels, the ascendant masters, and the rest. It's like a pyramid, but in a different position. So the T's, who are the T's? So they are beings of light. They can be at the same time in all dimensions. There's no limit. Sorry. They do not depend on the technology. They are watchers of the fulfillment of the universal plan, simple as good over evil. Very powerful beings, okay? Very powerful. Dr. Michael Sala, that I met, wonderful guy, he called them the celestials. I love the term. I told him. But the only problem I found is that I don't want to confuse the T's, celestial, with angels. They are different. But it's a beautiful name. They do not use ships. First different. Okay? They are not extraterrestrial. They travel through the universe using their own will. They have no physical location. They don't come from Alpha Centauri, Venus. No. Okay? Galaxy and universe. They are beyond that. So this guy, the T's, restore the balance. The negative aliens have manipulated and created a state of low frequencies. We know that, right? The T's reinstates the good. They go through the code of thinking. All right? Whenever you are in a big problematic situation, you just think about them. There's no name. That's the name I give to them. What you call it, you can call it the T's. They will know. The celestial. Ask for help. They will come immediately. They can't say no. Those are beings of light. So that's for you. All right, you have your guardian angel is right here with you. Sometimes you have more than one, but you have these guys too. So whenever you are in a big problematic situation, you just close your eyes, you meditate, and you say, "Come and help me." You can call them peace, calm, and help me. They will. They are very powerful. They are not extraterrestrials, okay? Sometimes they work with the ETs. George Adamski, great contactee that lived from 1891 until 1965, he had contact in Colorado Desert with a Venusian called Orthon. A guy from Venus. I have information that Adamski took Orthon to meet the U.S. government, to the Pentagon. They had some meeting. He later claimed to have been taken into an extraterrestrial mothership. Orthon and other aliens from Mars, Venus, and Saturn meet on the ship. An old master of wisdom, keywords, master of wisdom, present. A being is worshipped by those present. Very powerful guy. They can be physical. Adamski described sitting at a table with ETs on board their ship, where he, for the first time, met one of their masters of wisdom. That's the other name for them. Now, as we sat around the table, all eyes turned to the older spaceman as he began to speak. Although it was only later that his stature on all planets was explained to me. It was impossible not to realize that I was in the presence of a greatly evolved being, and the attitude of all present clearly indicated that they, as well as I, felt very humble before him. I learned that his age in his present body was close to 1,000 years. The Book of Enoch talks about this celestial too. Wonderful book. They appear to play critical roles in helping resolve conflicts associated with the use of advanced technologies. And this is one of, he's my friend, he's not here with us anymore, Enrique Castillo Rincon. He was born in Costa Rica, he lived in Colombia and in Venezuela. For me, one of the most amazing contactees. He taught me a lot. I had the pleasure to meet him several times. He started his contacts in 1973 with people from Pleiades. On several occasions, he has been in contact with Pleiades. In one of them, was taken to the Andes. You remember what we talked about the Kundalini last time and the Andes? The Kundalini of Earth is right now in contact with the Andes, right? For training with 24 other contactees. Sorry about the mistake. In the end, they are taken to meet a celestial being. Let's see, he told me the story. And even years after that, he started to tremble because of the contact he had. And he told me, Rincon described the appearance of the Master of Wisdom, that's another name for the teeth, who came out of a tunnel built high in the Andes as follows. The instructor, an ET, approached the entrance to a tunnel carved in the living rock and clapped his hands twice. Open sesame. He retired to one side and the most incredible being made his appearance. We were astonished beyond description. That being looked exactly like Jesus, the Master. I thought immediately that the planes had brought us here with the purpose of meeting Jesus Christ, who was here again, fulfilling the prophecies. The Master of Wisdom then dispelled Rincon's belief that he was Jesus Christ, and he said, "I'm not who you believe I am. My name is 1,000 names. Give me any, and that I am." I am ancient before you, not in age, but in knowledge. Again, the powerful word. My name is Age, for I am the ages and the time. I am wisdom, and my name is wisdom. I hold 35% of universal wisdom. 35% of universal wisdom. With 0.00000001, I will be more than happy. And this guy tells Enrique, I hold 35%. Isn't that amazing? Even years after the encounter, he cried when he told me that story. St. Louis, you can imagine. And he was a friend to Dr. Orozco too. So now you know. The T is the celestial, the master of wisdom. And Enrique was believing he will meet Jesus Christ. And the guy read his mind. So what they are beings of light. They can have a physical body too, right? They are watcher of the universal principle. We are not alone, guys. Good over evil. Occasionally they work with entities. They don't need technology. They mobilize with their own will. They are masters of the SDO, service to others. They are the masters. Final message. Okay, the middle class is fed up and protesting corrupt, incompetent government around the globe, Brazil, Egypt, Turkey, Iran. In the meanwhile, we are watching television. But that will change. That will change. That is changing. This election thing is very important in the waking up of USA. The crown. But we have to move, right? So how they control, how's the control mechanism? Through four things. Ignorance, of course. Fear, of course. So now we know the enemy. Guiltness. You don't have to feel guilty about anything. Don't feel guilty. That's not good. And of course, negativity. So, Luis, how do I solve the problem? Do the opposite. Study, get knowledge. Don't fear anything. Don't feel guilty. And always live in a positive frame. Okay, activate that program. You can do it. We can do it. We have to. Well, you can call me paranoid. I call you uninformed. Right? But four things: ignorance, fear, guilt, and negativity. Stay away from that. And how we can do it? Like I said in the first presentation, through three laws. Intention, I would love to. They don't move. Okay? They say, all right, I will love whatever you want to do, whatever. I will love to find a husband, a wife, whatever. A beautiful house, whatever you want. There's no limit. Don't worry. Okay? Everything is important. If you want to have, as I always say, a Ferrari, that's okay. Okay? If you want to transcend, that's more than okay. But when you say I will love, I would like, they don't move. 99.9% of humans, they stay there. Everybody says, oh, I would like to have a nice president, a nice government. So that's the intentional, but that's the start. We have to start for something. The second one, very famous, attraction law. I want. But change everything. There's power there. Okay? It's not, yes, I would like, to live in, I don't know where, in New York. I want to live in New York. I understand you. I'm with you. But there's people from New York here, so. I'm just kidding. But let's say, for example, I want to be a doctor in New York, for example. I would love to. I would love to. But I have to say to you, you know what? I want to be a doctor. You feel the energy, right? They move. They say, hey, Luis is on, guys. The switch is on, so let's help him. And as I always say, somebody will call me, right? You will call me, Luis, by the way, I know a doctor there. It happened. That's how it happened. In order to manifestate things, you have to go from the intention to attraction. And then you elaborate. Action, that's the key word. Power. And then the third one, I have. Manifestation law. Okay? We're going to prepare a presentation if we have the time for the manifestation techniques, how to do it. But this is so important. No fear. Alright? And there's another thing we can use. It's called the double. The clone. It's not a clone. Jean-Pierre Garnier and his wife Lucille Garnier, they are very famous scientists. He said one day, what about if we have a double, another Judy that is in the future? Is that the voice that we hear? I said, don't go there. Well, I'm not going to bore you with all the equations that the guy has. It's amazing. But at the end, that's another tool we can use. I do it every night. I say, I bless you. Thanks for everything. I need this and this. I know you are there. Another Luis. Another Luis is a little bit ahead. It can be 1 minute, a century, 1,000 years. That doesn't matter. Time is just an illusion. But ask him, ask her. Okay, so before going to sleep, you say, bless you, thank you, and I need this, this, and this. All right? It's yourself, so he or she will move. Don't worry. Okay, that's another one. We have the T's, right? We have the lows. We have the double. What else do we have? The challenge. That's where we are now, right? It's a big wave coming. This guy is enjoying the wave. What about if he feels fear? Bye-bye, right? But the difference between that guy and me is that I don't know how to surf. He knows. He has the knowledge. That's what we have to do, right? So he's enjoying the time of his life. For the surfers out there, the perfect way. That's the challenge. Fear is the enemy. You remember I brought it in my presentation 3 days before the presentation. They sent me that thing. Fear is the enemy. It's just like that. It's an enemy. Forget about it. You're more powerful than that. And because, be careful. False evidence appearing real. I know why Rodrigo put that thing there. I know it. And we'll talk about that in the future if we can. But fear is the enemy. So, and this is for you. They gave it to me 4 days ago. And this is for today, my gift. We are the most important creatures of the universe. Believe it. I'm going to say it again, okay? We are the most important creatures of the universe. We are? Yes or no? What's the answer?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course we are. Come on, wake up. We are. If we don't know that, we are in trouble. Okay? If Obama signs something saying that in 120 days it's going to be a big disaster, I don't believe that. Why I don't believe it? Because we are the most important creatures of the universe. Right? Right?
Yes.
Right? We are?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Okay, this is for you. Came 4 days ago. So enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy the wave. And this is what I always ask. I was driving, I told the story, and boom, they downloaded like that. I make a drawing, and I always tell I draw my 6-year-old, he's better than me. It's horrible. It's a shame, I would love to. But I make, a drawing not to forget it, because it has a way, and it has an explanation. And I gave it to Rodrigo, and of course, Rodrigo, he transformed into this. With the man of Vitruvio, right? And it says, and I'm gonna say it first in Spanish, okay? Because it's my genetic language. But it goes like this. You see how it goes? peace, love, understanding, health, prosperity, respect, protection, and goes to the other side. Paz, amor, comprensión, salud, prosperidad, respeto y protección. So there are two circles going. It's Merkaba, right? So that's what I ask myself. Family is very important. Friends, family, everybody that lift you up is super important. They will help you, you will help them. It's a wonderful circle. And we are in the final battle. Who's gonna win? We're gonna win, there's no doubt. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Okay, water and questions.
Where to start?
Shoot him.
You said something about Ashtar. I think he was the person that came to the guy that did Sheldon Idol. So I think that he said that Ashtar was his teacher,
Yeah.
and you don't believe that Ashtar exists. Did I catch that? Either.
No, good. No. No.
So that means the stuff that Sheldon Idol teaches, and you would say
It's
is a little bit shaky.
no, the information is right. The
Have you-
guy is wrong.
The information is right, but he
is not the guy.
okay.
Alright?
Have you followed any of the stuff that he says?
Very closely.
So like Nasara, do you believe that, or is that like
No.
you don't believe it?
No. The information
That
is
would
right.
make sense. That would make sense because it doesn't seem something
Right.
didn't make sense about that either.
What do you think?
It's great to believe,
Right.
it
Good,
sounds
beautiful. That's the
sounds
problem.
really good, but
Yeah.
I
Thank
think it keeps people from taking responsibility.
Wonderful. You got it. You
But
got it.
then what? But they seem like they're so loving and caring. I just don't
Wonderful.
understand why they would.
Yeah. At the end, don't expect a guy coming to save us. In this new era, it's not going to happen.
But that's what they use fear for.
Sorry?
That's why they use fear.
Yes.
When you fear
Wonderful.
and you are scared and afraid, you're gonna follow anything. Doesn't
Wonderful.
matter who they are.
Wonderful. You remember my first presentation? There was a beautiful lady and she said, if I see the ship, I will go. And I told her, no. First you have to know if that ship is the good guys or the bad guys, and you will know it. Through knowledge, you will know it. And I always tell the story. And did you see one of the first one that I said thanks for June 2013 at 8:45? I saw it. And let me tell you, I'm a scientist, okay? So it's not easy for me, and Rodrigo knows, right? When they send me videos or show me pictures, and sometimes I feel, a little bit, and they know me. They know I'm gonna say most of the time it's this or that, but when you see it right there, it's amazing. I didn't move. I didn't went there, right?
Doctor.
Yes. That's the thing. Thank you. Okay.
For your question.
Yeah.
When you mentioned about the fear, it always reminds me of, Pixar and Disney are very clever, and they're
Very.
in sending information.
Yeah.
So in the movie Monsters Inc.,
Yeah.
when the monsters scare the little kids, and you see the battery power going up because they will get that's exactly a
I love
description
it.
of how you feed the
Exactly.
negative
Feed the
entities,
negative.
and by anger, fights, discord, being scared or whatever. And they learn at the end of the movie, if you never watched it, how when they learn that if you make the kids laugh, the power was higher
Absolutely.
and will fill the battery even more. So then they decided, why we're gonna scare the little kids when we can get more power by making them laugh, and then they made the switch.
knowledge.
That's
Perfect
Knowledge.
information, yes.
Yeah, and you remember that in the movie there's a key element, the door,
oh,
Right.
that's right.
interdimensional.
Yeah, that's right.
That's important,
That's right.
right? Yes.
That's
I didn't
cool.
hear everything he said, but are you saying Ashtar Command and 1111 and all of those books and the websites from years ago, the knowledge is real, but the Ashtar figure is not?
Yes.
Okay.
What about the City of Lights, like Telos, under Mount Shasta, they talk and all that Agar?
The underground cities?
It's true?
Yeah. Yeah. Castillo was there.
There's one
In the Andes. There's a lot in Mount Shasta and in
So
South
those are
America.
real.
They're real. They are there.
Because like I even yesterday I went to his contactee, Emmanuel, and he said he was taking there in Telos.
Yeah, tell us.
But then in his presentation he had something about Ashtar.
He
So
had
it was
some.
a combination of Telos and Dr. Lord Ponder
Yeah.
and Ashtar. So I'm a little confused, like what's real, what's not.
Yeah, no, the underground cities are real. Yeah, that's why one of the reasons I put what Enrique Castillo told me. He was in the underground in Los Andes. Yeah, they are. They are beings. They are good and bad guys, of course. That's everything. We live in a dual thing, right? But they are real. They're real.
You know, your question reminds me of something. I was talking to someone here, and there's a friend of mine, and I asked, but why, talking about beings of light and beings of the dark side, it says,
Yeah.
why, you know, if you think that so-and-so, you think they're from the beings of light and they're from the dark, and they mislead you, because for example, they know that if you're in the light and you have connections with the light, right, that you're already awakened. So if they can fool you and sprinkle you little fairy dust of light and say, here, follow me, I can guide you to the light, and you're like, oh, all these seems real, why not? Let me just do that. And at the end, it's a trick, because then they want to use you for their own will and power. That's kind of what I was trying to say about the information is correct, but the leadership or it's deceiving. So that's why you have to understand that the information might be right, but the one giving the information might not be who they claim to be.
Yeah. The oldest war that we have as human beings, information versus disinformation,
Right.
right? Ignorance. Yes.
Oh, I don't know if anyone here has seen a show called Mr. Robot.
Yes, I've seen that.
Okay. Anonymous, who has an online site as well. Have you heard anything about this anonymous group? That guy in the front there on the card, he looks a little bit like the mask.
Who this one?
Yeah.
Now,
Are you talking about the Facebook?
You never seen the series?
Anonymous here?
No.
Okay, as a matter of fact, I think I have it on my thumb drive, so I can give it to you.
Okay.
There are 2 seasons,
Yeah.
and the first one will hook you up because it's about a hacker who's trying to bring down E-Corp, Evil Corp, they call them ironically in
Okay.
the thing, which everything is connected to all the things that control you and give you all this stuff to kind of make you believe that you need them in order to live in this society, and it's all about control. And it's amazing all the information that it gives you, to the point because he's a psychotic guy who actually has the power to access all the corporate or secret government and try to bring them down because he's had enough of this corruption, which is an excellent show. And with all this information that's coming around, it's amazing how things like that are coming to light.
Yeah.
So,
Thanks God, right? Thanks God. Yes.
When it comes to fear, you're talking about the negativity, the fear, the not knowing, and the ignorance,
Would you put
correct?
this slide, please? Yes.
Alright, as a human being in this earth,
Yeah.
I constantly battle that.
Mhm.
I've gone through different options to learn more positive outcomes. I've read The Secret, I watched The Secret documentary, which actually learns a lot about your power of attraction.
Law of
Law
attraction.
of attraction, how to manifest
Yeah.
your everything.
but I think there is something else going on, because there is always going to be some fear somewhere.
Yes,
And as human beings,
it's there. The program is there.
yes,
Yes.
how you can possibly live completely positive 100% of the time.
Very difficult. Well, if I will say to you that I live 100% like that, I will lie
think
to
that
you, and I
then in
can't.
that case, I think that as a human being, that if I were to be able to live 100% positive, I would transcend to a different universe,
Like this,
correct?
like this. Yeah, but that's
So
the.
even though I think I have an energy that is higher than normal than most
Yes.
people, because I
Yeah.
see things, I feel things, and especially as a healer, because I
I
talk
know.
to people all day long,
I know.
I still have to battle that
Yes.
every day.
Yeah. We are in elementary now. Right now, this is elementary. We still have to finish elementary, go middle school, high school. So we have
You know,
road
I
to.
meditate almost every morning, and I meditate.
No, don't say that. We are so lucky. We are so lucky. Right now, right here. Sorry.
I meditate a chant that is a Buddha chant. It's
Okay.
very, very
Powerful.
very powerful.
Good.
In order to be present and
Yeah.
constantly soften and open up your vision. If I ever discuss that with people that are not in my energy level,
Yeah,
they think I'm a weirdo.
I know. Yeah.
So it's a constant fight with that, and I think that the more that we all here come together and do those things,
Yeah.
the more that we can transcend to the other people that are not
Yeah.
doing it.
But at the end, it's yourself, right? And you are in a learning process, like I am, like everybody else is. But now you have more information that I hope it will transform into knowledge. But let
But
me.
the more information also sometimes, because you don't have a constant support system as other human beings,
Yeah.
it gets a little
Confusion.
cuckoo.
Yeah. But that's why it is so important to meditate, to find your own path.
I cannot even talk to my mother in my way of communication with her.
Don't worry, I know what you
I
mean.
Because my mother
That's okay.
I've been there.
I've been there. No, don't worry. I've been there. Don't worry. But maybe she's not ready.
No, I know she's not ready.
But let me help you with that, because my brother, every time he hears something about this, says, "Oh no, you may avoid." And I tell him, maybe you have a bad experience in your past life. Oh, don't come with that. Bye bye. Literally, he goes away. Rodrigo knows him. He never comes to my presentation. I've been doing this forever. So, but don't worry about that. Let me help you.
And the people that live in fear, even if there's your family members, family, clients, people that you know and that you want to help, it's just like,
They are not ready. So don't worry. It's like the oxygen mask in the plane. Put the mask yourself first, and then you will help others. But Don, let me tell you something. We are not perfect now. Inside, we are perfect. Light and God, we are. Our DNA has all the information we need to be a T or more. So, and straightforward, right? Okay. So, let me try to put in nice words. I can't. Don't waste your time. That's it. Let me continue. Don't be afraid to look a little bit cuckoo, alright? Because at the end, they will discover the knowledge at their time. Don't worry about that. Is it difficult to live 100% possibly? Yes, it is. But try. One day at a time. Say, for example, tomorrow, Sunday, everything that will come from my mouth will be a positive thing. Try. You will love it.
if you walk to my house, there's affirmations everywhere.
That's
there's
good.
Dogs everywhere,
That's
cats
good.
everywhere. Fish.
Is that a fight? Yes, but we will go. Don't worry. Yes.
This is one of the things this center exists for. To
Right.
dissolve fear is a process, and that is what I teach. You can disseminate and break fear like
Like
that.
this.
And by doing that, we have the ability to shift our reality. please know that we have within us the power of the gods.
That's great.
We come from a central race where all life emanates from. We have the power of the gods within us. We have to learn how to reach within and find it. And that is a program that is taught here.
Wonderful. Little story, and then I will leave you. I was kidnapped in 1986 for 12 hours. If you talk about fear, that's a fearful situation, right? I didn't feel fear, not 1 second.
Is this the physical realm? Is this the physical realm?
Yeah. So I was kidnapped in this physical realm, and for 12 hours, I didn't feel fear, not even 1 second, because I knew he was with me. And let me tell you, when they released me, they even gave me money to take a taxi. Isn't that crazy? And you know what I told them? Okay, give me my stethoscope. I didn't know what I say that. And give me that because I need it. Fear is the enemy, right? Feeling a victim is an enemy, right? Don't victimize yourself. Don't feel guilty about anything. You are just gaining experience. Yes.
So I wanted to share with you a picture of the mask that the lady
Yeah.
was talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Vendetta. It's like the
It's
V
the,
for Vendetta.
yeah, the V for Vendetta.
Right, the view from there. Right, that's the movie.
And I just want to add something that is everything that you need is really within you.
Right.
All of these external experiences, they are really secondary to the primary, or all of these secondary relationships are really secondary to the primary relationship, which is your own mind, body, and soul. And that's really where we need to spend the time, is in getting to know ourselves on those 3 planes, on those 3 dimensions. In doing that, everything else is opened up to you. It's like, you know, in the Christian tradition, they say, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all things will be given unto you. And as Dr. Ayala was sharing with us, and Robert was saying as well, that, you know, God is within you. So this is the key as to how you begin to stay safe from being misled, because these entities and these beings, it's just a small fraction, very, very, very small fraction of what is out there and what's possible. So the real key, the real focus is not, it's good to be aware and to have knowledge, but the first key is knowledge of self. Because without that, all of this becomes disruptive. So that's all I want to add.
I like, go ahead.
What was the name of the 4 corners? What were those?
The
Tetragrammaton.
Say slowly.
Tetra.
I will write it there.
Okay.
We don't have one.
on the feeling energy.
Yeah. That's representation of God.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna show
Please,
you. Yeah.
please. Yes.
I just wanted to ask you because there's so many different
Oh, you're right, right.
I'll do it
Master,
right.
right?
I'll do it right.
different schools like
Beautiful.
like Buddhism, Taoism, Vedanta, Christ consciousness, now Violet Flame, Saint Germain,
Yeah.
all of that. In your opinion, what is a very good tool for ascension?
Yourself. It's in yourself. The answer is there. Look inside. You will find it. Everything is possible. Everything is good. It depends on you. You will find a way. Don't worry. I really mean it. It's not that I really mean it. But you will find it. I'm talking to you now. All right? You are alone. Now we are alone. I'm talking to you. You will find it. You can just meditate.
That's it.
No, that's not the one.
That's
It was
it.
the orange.
No, you're talking about the one in the corner, the 4 corners.
It's the same.
It's the same thing, but
What I
it's
say.
just by itself.
It's the same,
You will
different
find it.
design.
Don't worry.
It's the same.
That's the same.
Oh.
Yeah, you can put the other one if you want, but it's the same. It's the tetragrammaton.
It's right, say right
That's
there.
more
Yeah.
familiar.
Everything has a meaning, and that's protection. Talisman, right?
But that looks similar to something else.
I gotta tell you a story. Quick story about the tetragrammaton that I remember. I was doing a presentation, and a guy, very nice guy, was sitting here, tall guy, very strong guy. He was, enjoying my presentation so much. He was there and talking and happy until he sees the symbol. I said, "What's that?" I said, "Tetragrammaton." "What is it?" "Well, it's God." "Really?" "Yeah, it's God. And it's full of information." "Okay, we continue." I said, "Well, okay, let's do it." So, in a moment of that presentation was to celebrate my 30 years investigating. We arrived to September 11th, right? The Twin Towers. And there's a picture of Bush Jr. there. I said, "Why he's there?" Are we recording?
Yes. It's still live.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, and when I arrived, he flipped out. "Why President Bush is there?" "Because he was the president." I said, "What are you meaning?" "You were there, right?" "That's the protection symbol."
Okay.
That's
Well,
what he,
yeah.
or is
Yeah.
it a book? Is it
Yeah.
a book?
I show you to you later if you want
Yeah.
it, because I want to share with you this. And you
That's-
read it and you do the exercise. It's amazing.
It's amazing. That's why I talk about attraction law, but before intention and manifestation. Attraction is feel the cake, see the cake, but how I make the cake?
Yeah.
How many eggs? Well, that's intention, attraction, manifestation. Now you can do it like that. Yeah.
When you were teaching intention, you were or manifestation, you said that you utilize "I want." You say "I want." I thought when you say "I want," you're
No,
kind of
I have.
Intention is I would like to, casual. What do you want?
But "I want" is also.
That's attraction.
But aren't you supposed to be in the presence of already having it?
Yes.
No, that's manifestation. That's the difference.
But isn't that how you manifest it? Is believing that you already have it? So I know how a lot of people
That's
heal
attraction.
themselves.
I'm not making on purpose. Like Rodrigo says, it took us 24 weeks. But I just passed information so it will, it will ignite something inside that is done. I did it. Thank you. So, is intention. I would love to have an iPhone 6. Hold on. I will. Sometimes people say, "Luis, your examples." Well, what do you want to do? What do you want to have? I would like to have an iPhone 6. They don't pay attention. That's the key word. They. They are inside you, but they are there. Like the key value says, as it is above, below. They are there. There's offices there. If you want to put it that way. There's a bank there. There's people there, engineers. Everything is there. But there is here. You know that, of course, but here is there. So they don't care. They say, no. But when I say I want, I did the exercise. I would love to have an iPhone 6. You know what? I want to have an iPhone 6. You will move, right?
Yep.
Because I'm changing your frequency. I'm doing it.
Demanding.
And look at you now, and you're feeling, right? You're feeling? Right. I want an iPhone 6. And I turn my back. In that moment, she will do whatever it takes if I am a good guy and she's a good woman. If the communication is there. On, they're switching. And then, I have to move. I have to do something. Okay, an iPhone 6. What is an iPhone 6? Oh, that thing costs whatever it costs. And she's moving there. Right? And she will call somebody. She will call Judy. And Judy said, "Oh, that's right. I'm selling one." Tell him I'm selling mine because I'm gonna have iPhone 12.
I'm one of the messages from the universe. Here we go.
That's how it works,
Sure, it works.
right? It works. Does it work?
Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
you already know
This is
someone
my
that has one.
way
And I
of
haven't-
telling you.
And it's selling
What
one.
happened? What is gonna happen
But then they
one
say
day?
it's a small world.
Yeah.
Well, Esther Hicks, her book says ask and it is given. So.
But you
in a
have to
sense-
believe.
Yeah.
I said I want, and I moved, right? And investigating. And why I want an iPhone 6? And I called somebody, but I moved towards her. And she would call Yuri. And Yuri said, Luis, by the way, you got it. $100, my friend, let's deal. It's a deal. Third, I got it. I have it. Everything in your life, listen to me, this is for you now. Everything in your life works that way. Everything. In your life, everything. But the good thing in our life is like that. So we are together. I am, we are. Now you know it. All right?
Louise Hayes puts it in a very ironic and actually very direct way. She calls it the cosmic kitchen. She says when you go to a restaurant, imagine you went to a restaurant and the waiter comes and you place your order, says, I'd like to have this entree, whatever salad, whatever.
Yeah,
Right?
the menu.
And you place your order, right? And then a while passes by, and you don't call the waiter and says, oh, by the way, I placed this order. I just want to remind you that I placed this order in the kitchen. I just want to know where it is, And then, because you placed your order once, you don't need to rehash on it. And the problem is with the law of attraction that he's talking about, as far as you can say I would like to, I want, but you have to have power. You have to believe in that want. And let's use the iPhone for example. I want an iPhone 6. Actually 7, screw the 6. 7. Right? Okay. So, and I place the order.
He's taken.
What is the most common problem that we have? Patience.
Yes.
And if it's meant for you, that's another thing. If it's meant for your good, because you may want something that may not be good for you, and therefore it doesn't get there, and then you're like, why it doesn't work? Well, guess what? If it didn't get there, it's either because it's not good for you at the time, or it's on its way. But the minute you want something so bad, and then you have the emphasis, and the guy could be walking inside the door with the iPhone 7. And then I say, screw this, I don't believe in this anymore. And just like that,
It's over.
you threw it away.
Done.
The energy is gone, and you cut
Jody,
it.
how do you know if it's good for you?
You have to ask yourself.
You have to meditate.
Meditate, right? See if it's meant for you, right?
Do it. You meditate, you will know.
So that was, he touched on my question, so are there things that are just not meant to be?
Yes,
Got it.
You will know.
Yeah.
you will know. And this is for you now. You will know too. Meditation.
Like, there was something that I wanted for a year, more than a year,
Mhm.
and I, every day, every week, I gotta have this, I want this, and it didn't happen.
You want to know the secret? You are putting fear. You are putting,
I was certain I was getting it.
listen, you are putting in one of the file right there, what happens if I don't get it?
Yeah.
I didn't have that conversation.
This is
I
a
was so on it.
Listen, the second choice, your guardian angel knows the answer.
Yeah, that's fine,
Okay?
that's fine.
You probably asked that waiter, where the hell's my food? It's been a year.
I think that comes into play with what he was trying to say to begin with, which is the verbiage, I want.
Yeah.
If you're asking, I want, and you're coming from a lack mentality, then that's what you're gonna
Yeah.
have.
That's
The
why
want is not attainable.
it is.
So the moment
have.
you place that order, it's kind of negated.
Yeah, that's why you have to go through stages: intention, attraction, manifestation. All right. That's why there are 3. It's law of prosperity. That's how I named the 3 of them. I was going to tell you something, but I missed it. It will come back. Don't worry.
So after your last class, when you talked about the I want,
Yeah.
on the way home, I'm thinking, I never say that. I say, it's here now, I'm choosing to have. So I immediately started in my house mostly at the top of my lungs. I want, believing that this is what I just learned and this is gonna work. And within 2 days, it started to
Wonderful. You use the words, because sometimes you think about it. Try to say it. It has power. Frequencies, vibrations, they change. All right? They open the doors. That's the key. But they call the master key the word. Be careful. Okay? Use it wisely.
Yes.
From now on. Don't say anything if you don't mean it. For agreements. All right? So every time you open your mouth, be careful. They're listening. The interdimensional, they are listening. The good ones, the bad ones. Okay?
Wait to my next point. Sorry to interrupt. Two things. I would like for you to, after I show something I was gonna write, talk about the exercise you do about talk to your future self, because that's a very good practice on how you do it to manifest things that you want for the future self. But before you go there, I mean, Claudia, friend of us, show me this, how you can tell the difference, or how you feel your energies, you know. So, like the movie The Matrix, you know, when you're plugged in, that's basically, or if you're unaware, you're like a human battery. Okay, you're plugged in into the Matrix, and all you're generating is energy.
Yes.
And the energy is gonna go somewhere, whoever's drawing into it, plugged in. So basically, we live in a duality world, and you have the positive side, and then you have the negative side. In order to evolve and ascend, you have to have sort of your legs sort of in the middle of the negative and the positive. Now, negative doesn't mean evil. It just means it's a duality.
The other side, yeah.
Yeah, the other side. If you go too negative, you know, or you go too positive, you're still unbalanced. You have to be sort of in the middle. Now, the difference between the positive realms, where you have, you know, third dimension, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and so forth, and the same thing here, is that this works in a synergy way. We're connected through the positive way, through a synergy, which means we are always feeding through source and cycling through source. So, you know, when you do good, you know, things, what goes around comes around, kind of a thing. Well, that happens and goes like that. And so you have, you know, so it goes in different stages. You have, say, your archangels, and then you have the angels and the cherubims and then humans and so forth, because they're built in different layers. Sort of like, say, if you go to the army or something, you have the colonel generals or whatever. Okay, if you want to picture it that way. Well, in the negative side, they're cut from the source. So there's no way they can get energy like the positive, when you do from the positive side, when you serve and you do good to others and you manifest. So when you cut from the negative side, well, guess what? You are here and you're batteries. And then above this, you have different entities. You have, the demons are created by yourself. You know, when you say you create your own demons, well, those are kind of like made by yourself. But then you have other entities that go beyond that. So picture like a puppet, or like a, what do you call
Puppet master.
Puppeteer?
A puppeteer, yeah. So above you, you have different entities, some in this dimension, some in other dimensions, some that are aliens, like the reptilians and so forth. So they want and they need you, for you to become better. So this feeds from this level, this feeds from this level, and so forth until it gets to a third dimension. So the more they get for us to become batteries and have fights and become fear and so forth, we're feeding all these levels above that feed other levels and other entities that eventually wants to do, because they are cut from source, so there's no circulation of energy. So they depend on our thoughts and our fears and everything to become that. So if you kind of keep this chart, and I'm going to try to create this and pass it around as a reminder, it will help you. It will help you remember whenever you get angry, whenever you yell, whenever you have that road rage, even that 1 second of like, oh, you immediately are feeding to that side. You're giving it away. So just always remember that all these negative thoughts, negative feelings, fear, rage, anger, whatever it is that's negative, that you know is not a good thing, it goes to that side. So just keep that in mind, and then you'll know how to balance and how to channel your energy properly. So anyway.
That's a very good way of putting it. Remember who you are feeding. That's important.
What about fully conscious beings? Do they have the dark too? They don't have the dark, they're just light, right?
No. At one moment, one dimension, they lose duality, they become light.
Well, doesn't there have to be evolution for the,
Yeah.
the dark as well?
Yeah, there are one of them, they come directly from the source. But the rest have to elementary, middle, high school, etc. And the thing, excuse me.
No, he's saying, isn't there like a rehab, not like evolution, like a rehab from dark?
Redemption?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And we are together. That's important. It's like I always put the example. We're going to Orlando. We are on the turnpike. I don't know you, but you are behind me, right? So we are together. If you text, maybe you will crash. Cancelado. You will crash into my car. I don't know you, but we are together. Or the guy that I had a flat tire and you stopped and you helped me. We are together even though we don't know it. My evolution is your evolution is my evolution. That's how I say it. We are not islands.
what if it's spirit?
Yes, what a responsibility.
I think in terms of your question, it sounds to me that you're coming from more of a Kabbalistic approach or understanding, because you're thinking about if you're light, then you can't be dark. The duality is kind of a thing. I guess what I'd like to add to your question is that the gift of free will that we have in this form, it allows us to be able to choose through the process of knowledge and understanding and learning, to be able to choose the light or the dark. And in the sense that one does not exist without the other. So how can you know the light without the dark?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But the thing about it is that in that process of that learning, you begin to understand the nature of things. And through that understanding, that's what also helps to drive how you execute your will.
I was kind of talking about, like, you know, the people that are in the darkness, or the energy that's in the darkness.
Yeah.
Like, if they're going to be constantly defining the light, you know, or they
Right.
have to spend their entire
They- well,
eternity
it's-
in the darkness.
it's our
I guess
mirror.
it continues to expand.
Yeah.
So the more it expands, then the darkness gets pulled in the light, and
Yeah,
it
and
continues to expand,
and they
don't
still evolve. They go through stages and
Yeah.
they evolve just like you would in the light. You just go through a different way of evolving.
Yeah.
And like he says, I think it's in fifth or sixth or seventh dimension, the duality no longer exists.
There's no longer.
And so then there's no negative and positive anymore.
You know how I call it? Home. That dimension, I call it home. Small correction, I love your words. It's not a gift. Free will is not a gift. Belongs to you. And it's universal. Soul, love, mathematics, sacred geometry, they are universal. Free will is a must.
Must.
Don't touch it. Alright? Don't touch it. Right. In order to ascend, we need to study so we can get knowledge, know information. knowledge will show us truth. And like the master said, the truth will set you free. When you are free, you cannot sin. There's no way that you will reach this dimension without study. This is new. Before, you can just say and it will be given to you. Now it's a little bit more complex. Maybe we're not in university, well, we're not in kindergarten either, right? We're at third grade, yes. So study will bring you knowledge, knowledge will bring you truth, truth will set you free, you will ascend. Free will.
I want to ask something else. For us, for so many years, being together and looking to get this information, it's like be out of it. You need to think out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
Religion, people from their religion, anyone, is control.
Yeah.
Just control.
Fear and
It's like elementary school. This place, right here, right now, is college. So it's really important because you're not part of it. You're looking for something. It's like college. You be in college, you know what I mean. Nobody say, go to school, hey, wake up. You go. You're gonna get the degree. You need to be something else. You know?
That's right.
So for the people, they have so many questions. It's right there. Study. What you need to study? Ask.
Yourself.
So it's so inner. So
It
what
will come.
we studied aliens, and we came out with another thing. It's unbelievable, because we've been together with this path for looking for UFOs, and like this picture you talking about this or Billy Mayer, and we got something better and something bigger. We came out with the whole picture. It's like a blindfolded out. It's beautiful. And fear for me is like I'm ready. Whatever came for me, I'm ready. Because you know what? I know who I am. I know what I believe. And I'm so proud that I can find people like you. Our job is just give you the information. The first thing, like I said to my student, because I'm a teacher too, I say, don't believe me. Go and study for yourself, and you find it. Take a look, take a picture, see the symbols, whatever you need. Go and find it by yourself. It's your path. It's not mine. He's a doctor. I'm an artist. We came together. So it's the only thing that I can say to you guys. And I find the book. Now give me a second. Look. It's right here. That's it. Amazing. Ask the doctor.
What we call magic is quantum physics. Yeah.
You get it tomorrow.
But recommendation.
Yeah, you need to study as a group.
Very humble. Very humble recommendation. You have to be led by somebody. I'm not offering myself, but do it in a group. It's alive. It's like the Wingmakers. The information is so alive, and like we were telling here before, it changed. Even though it's the same page, it's the same key, it changed.
This will be a great leadway for a lyricist group. So for that, I believe things happen for a reason.
Always.
I met Dr. Ayala, I don't know, 3-4 years ago at this other center in Miami, and then through Claudia and other people, there were many things that I learned there, and through them as well. And Rodrigo was a great guy to put all these things together.
Maestro.
And so finding this place, meeting Robert and everybody else here, you know, it's one thing connected to another, and it's been great. It's been a great, quick connections between a lot of us.
They're called event strings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can offer me because I'm doing in Spanish. This book, this is my thing.
But he has all the keys.
I got all the keys. I can teach you how to do it as a group. As a group.
Change your life.
Oh, we gotta speak Spanish.
No. That'd be great.
That will arrive.
So
One-
because I can teach
Rodrigo?
you the methodation. It's like
You're
a
hired, Rodrigo.
Yeah, we
Done.
for real.
And I will pick a J.
So as a gift to you,
Check mark.
it's a gift to you. I can teach you how to do the whole thing. It's 24 weeks. I'm telling you, I know this for a fact.
Change our life.
You're gonna change. Look, first
Let's
thing
do it.
together. First thing. You're gonna separate. You're gonna break up with your girlfriend. You're gonna fight with your partner. You're gonna change another job better. You're gonna get the thing that's what you're looking for in life. You're gonna answer your own questions. It changed your life. Ask the doctor. So it moves. You're gonna get sick because from the DNA, it changed everything.
Change everything. At the end, you will be healed.
Yeah. You're gonna feel sick. Everybody was so sick in between, and like the 10th week, and then the 11th, and the 15th, we are so sick. 3 weeks with the cold. And he asked me, "You got it?" Yeah, I do feel bad, but we must go in. Something going on. And you know what?
We
If
push
20
the
people
heart.
started,
Push your heart.
only 7 gonna left at the end.
Really?
So many people gonna drop out. For real.
Boom.
Ask him.
At the end, you will remember me.
Yeah.
You will become magicians.
So there's a challenge. We're gonna come up with a master key thing. We're
Yes,
gonna
we
start
are.
soon. We'll keep checking for our website. We'll let you know when.
You're not
we'll
leaving
start this
until
key.
we get the
But
date.
going back to the Lyricist group, check with Robert and Jack. We're gonna start that very soon. The wing makers that he taught 2 or 3 weeks ago led into the Lyricist book, which opened another door, another great way of learning. And Robert has been completely immersed in it, and we're very excited to start this class with Dr. Ayala as well. So check with him about when the group starts, because this is something that's going to help us all elevate our consciousness and help other people and find our own answers to our own questions that we may have along the way. The same way with the key, with this book thing. And
Oh, that thing
Yeah.
is amazing. Message for you.
yes.
Palabra cierta. In order to know that the fire burns, you don't need to put the finger there. All right? That's very important. What I'm telling you now, it's super important. Okay? I'm going to repeat it. In order to know that the fire burns, you don't need to put the finger in, because it can hurt you. Be careful. All right? Knowledge will protect you. There's no need to go to the dark side now, because we don't have the time. Time is running out. Okay, so before we used to have the time to explore that side. I did it. Okay? Because I had the time. Now I don't even think about it. I don't have the time. I think it was 2013. They sent me a message that says, "In the light, towards the light."
Right there. In the bottom of that.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you are the best. In the light, towards the light. You gotta be light, you gotta go to the light. There's no time to explore the dark. If you wanna do it, free will. It's your time, it's your choice. But recommendation, and the recommendation doesn't come from Luis Ayala, is focus yourself. Okay, there's no time to waste. What a wonderful place. You see how it is, how it goes? Thank you. Thank you. Today happened something very important. What Rodrigo said, share with you, will change your life.
So scary.
It's not.
I'm being silly. I'm being silly.
No,
No, because it happened. Ask them.
it happened. Yes.
I'm sorry.
Don't be
This is
sorry.
this is my first time, so I'm not familiar. Where exactly are you getting this as far as the Is this coming through you, through meditation from, where is this, or what being, or
Yeah,
are you channeling?
So you may want to give a brief story of
It
for those who
Right,
didn't
right.
see you last time, so they know where
Yes,
you get this.
when I was 22 years old, I was studying medicine. You know, the scientists, 2 plus 2, 4. 3.9, no, 4. So I was a skeptic and an ignorant. And I always say it's a very dangerous combination. If you come to me to talk me about ETs, I would say, come on, really? No, please. So in June 1982, I was invited to the outskirts of Caracas, my city. Beautiful house in the mountain for a birthday party. There were like 150 people there. And I ended up in a room like this. It was a library of this beautiful house with a blonde that used to study with me. Not with me, but, you know, not in my class, but there. Blonde, tall, beautiful blue eyes, normal, human. And we ended up alone. Nobody entered that sacred space for 2 hours. In a moment, she said to me, give me that medal that you have, Sacred Heart medal. And she put it inside her hands, and she started reading it. 100%. You live with your father, your mother, your grandmother, you have a brother. And she didn't know me so well, you know. You know, sometimes Rodrigo can tell you, but she was, you know, hi, hello, and nothing else. At 15, that happened to you. At 10, that happened to you. These 3 things are gonna happen to you in the future. Those 3 things happened to me, and I was a little bit surprised, but I felt very relaxed with her. You know, there was so much love coming that I felt protected. And in a moment she said to me, you know that everybody comes from the outside? And I, you know, my rational mind said, is she a psychic? No, but a psychic 100% is impossible. So 60% would be perfect, 70% she would be good, like that. Right. It's normal, right? She's a psychic, 60% will be, no, but she's 70, no, she's 100%. Okay, stay calm. In a moment she gave me the medal back. I have to put it on the table. It was so burning hot. Because the energy transfer, she started everything. I have to study like crazy for 30 years. All right, in a moment she said to me, you know, Luis, everybody comes from the outside. I say, yeah. Well, let's go outside. And we were in a beautiful garden. It was a beautiful, starry night, perfect night. And she said to me, you know that I come from the outside? Yeah, I come from there. And because she was blonde, you know, I asked her, Europe? And she looked at me and she said, no, I come from the stars. Look at me like that. And she hugged me. I felt unconditional love, and I left. I arrived to my house. I couldn't sleep. That was Saturday. Monday I was trying to look for her, and I couldn't find her. She just disappeared. It took me 3 years from 1982 to 1985 to start to wake up and say, hey, what happened to you? It was important. So you have a responsibility. So let me start studying all these guys, right? She disappeared. I never saw her again, but I know she's here, right? That came to me in a meditation. That was my first contact. I never had another contact with Irina, physical one. And I have another contact that I will explain later. I can't do it now. Later, I will tell you about it. But that's a little bit of the feedback. That's why Irina is always at the beginning. Because it's a matter of respect. All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Doctor, we are so thankful to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're a humble man with a brilliant mind and insights that are beautiful.
Thank you.
And you've changed the course of direction here. And that will impact the lives of many. You've done quite a great justice.
Thank you.
He's nice and beautiful inside out, not for anything, but he's a Pisces like me, so I'm just kidding. I'm just telling you that. I'm just saying.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Remember, fear is the enemy. All right? Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you.
I have a question. Did everybody that came in settle up with me here? Okay.
Maestro.